Quieter. Okay. So we're going to be taking our time in our practice today, connecting back in with our body in a gentle manner. So starting in Shavasana, sending the legs just out to the side, let the feet feel heavy. Move the arms away from the body. Just have the palms facing upwards. And let the eyes close. That feels okay. And just taking a little check-in with how you're feeling on this Wednesday morning. Noticing the whole body, from the top of the head, all the way down to the tips of your toes. So maybe we are good at criticizing our body, maybe saying we're always tired. I want you to start to notice those words that you maybe use. Maybe telling your body that it looks old. Whatever comes to mind. Now I want you just to flip those thoughts. So maybe that feeling tired is I'm full of energy. Maybe any criticism of part of your body is I have beautiful legs, they support me in life. And now as you lie in Shavasana, I'd like you to be aware of the soles of your feet. Starting to inhale and exhale, you're drawing the breath in through the soles of the feet. Drawing in that light, that energy of prana, and just letting it flow. It's flowing through the whole of your body. And as you do so, you're just coming back to that sense of grounding, of balance. We naturally are more grounded when we have that understanding, when we listen to our body. We're more grounded when we connect with nature. And we feel more present when we make ourselves take that time to be present. It naturally brings us to that state of groundness. If you watch children playing, they are naturally very grounded. They're very much in the present moment. When you feel ready, just bring your legs together and take an inhale and send your arms above you, down to the ground. Maybe a yawn, maybe a sigh, stretch. Sending the whole body long. As you exhale, lower the arms back down. push into both heels and we're going to draw the right knee in. So squeeze just the right knee in. Sending the lower back into your mat. Take a gentle roll through the foot, through the ankle. I didn't check in if any of you are leaving at 7, but I will make sure I let you know when it's 7 o'clock for those that need to. Reversing that circle if you haven't already. And then we're going to take that knee over to our left side. So dropping the knee down towards the mat. Releasing that right arm, just let it feel heavy. Notice where your breath is at. Can you lengthen your breath even more? Very slowly making your way back to centre. And in the right leg, join the left for a moment. And then we're going to take that left knee in. Draw it in, squeeze it in. Taking that roll through the ankle joint. Being grateful for our body this morning. Being grateful for being on our mat. Taking that roll the opposite way. And taking that knee over to your right side. Or your spinal twist. Softening, relaxing that left arm. Sending love to our body and all it does for us. And coming back to centre, and in the left leg join the right. Again, taking that lovely long stretch. Bringing the arms overhead, pushing into the heels, lengthening, growing taller. And let the arms come back down alongside you and take a bend into both legs. Feet on the mat now, hip width apart. You should be able to just touch your heels with your fingertips. Your arms are alongside you. Keeping that chin tucked in, sending the small of the back into your yoga mat. Let's roll up into a gentle bridge, so pushing your hips up towards the ceiling and holding, keeping the arms where they are for now. Again, making sure you're breathing fully into the belly. As you exhale, just start to place the spine, so from the top, the middle to the lower, very slowly back down. We're going to do that again, this time with our arms as well. So as we push up our hips, we bring up our arms, they come all the way behind us to the ground, back of the hands resting down. Sending the hips high, grounding into both feet, holding at the top, breathing into the belly. Take an inhale here, and then it's your exhale that's going to bring you down slowly. Again, being aware of placing the spine back down. When you're ready, draw both knees into the chest, squeeze them in. Take a gentle roll side to side. Holding anywhere that you need to, just keep massaging into that lovely stretch into the lower back, especially when we've just woken up. And then take yourself over to one side, so you very slowly can roll up. we're coming onto our knees when ready. And we're going to step back with our hands. So place your hands on the mat with your fingertips pointing towards your toes. A little bit of distance in the knees. We can stay in this version where we just squeeze our shoulders back and we send our chest high, or we start to push up, sending our hips up as well. So 2 options. You can take your head back if that's the version you like, or you keep your chin tucked in. Squeezing those shoulder blades. As you exhale, start to roll down, coming back up, and then just roll into child's pose with your arms alongside the legs, forehead touching the mat. See if you can let your shoulders and arms go a little bit more, like you're spreading the top of the back. Roll up when you're ready. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. We're going to come into our cat-cow stretch. So inhale as you drop the belly, and exhale, roll the spine to the ceiling, tucking in the chin. So just keep going in your own time. Inhale, you're dropping the belly, sending the gaze up. And exhale, you're rolling the spine to the ceiling. So it's called cat-cow, like an angry cat as you push the spine up. I'm going to take a few more rounds. Enjoying that sense of slowing down. If any thoughts are flowing into the mind about your day, please tell them to go away. Use your breath. This is your space, your time. You're much more able to deal with whatever you have going on in your day today when you've taken this time first. Take one more breath. You're going to come back to that table position. Just tuck your toes, start to sit back towards your heels. We're going to come up into downward facing dog, so send the knees away from your mat. Once you're there, just take a pedal if that feels nice. And then pushing back into your heels, so you're holding your downward dog, spreading the fingers, maybe giving the head a little shake. Left and right, nodding yes and no. Freeing up that neck. So you can walk now towards your toes. Once you're there, turn your toes out and come down into Malasana, into your squat. So maybe sending elbows into the inner legs, dropping the tailbone lower. So we're just focusing a little bit on our lower chakras. The root, the sacral, moving up to the solar plexus. I am going to be doing a chakra class on Monday for Yin, so those of you that aren't joining, you'll have that recording as well. When ready, plant your hands back down, start to straighten your legs, turn your toes back in, and then walk down your mat so you come into your plank pose. Drop your hips down, you come into cobra, and then exhale, push back into child's pose. Coming back into downward facing dog when ready. And then this time we're going to walk to the top of our mat, bringing our feet together, taking that fold at the top. Inhale, let's start to rise. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, we bring the arms up. Exhale, we're going to take a twist. Our right hand is back, our left hand is forwards. Just twisting gently through the core. We take an inhale back to center, And we take that the opposite way. Our left hand is back, our right hand is forwards. Let's do that once more each side. Inhale up, exhale, twist. And again, inhale up, exhale, twist. Pulling that left arm back. Inhale back to center. Exhale, take your fold over the legs. You're at the top of your mat. Take your flat back. And we're going to step back into that plank position. Knees can always be on our mat. We're going to lower all the way down to our mat. Stay in here. Relaxing the toes, sending the arms alongside your legs. This time we're going to inhale, bring the chin, chest, arms, legs away from your mat like your mat is hot to touch. Just sending the tummy into the ground. That solar plexus area, that power chakra. Squeezing away from your mat, strengthening your lower back. Taking one more breath here. Make sure you're not bringing the head up too high. Keep your gaze down. And then exhale, release everything back to your mat. Bring your legs together now, maybe linking your hands behind your back. We're going to do that again. This time inhale, chin, chest, legs away from the mat. Pulling your shoulders back, so you're squeezing your fingers, your palms maybe together. If you can, bring your toes, your feet together. It's going to make it a little stronger. Again, we don't want to touch our mat, we're pulling away. Take one more breath. And exhale, we lower. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, push yourself up and back into that child's pose, sit back. Option to come down to your mat in a gentle flow. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, balasana, sitting back. Maybe taking a few more of those or choosing to stay in your child's pose. Rolling up, exhaling back. Let's take one more together if we're moving. Exhale back into balasana. Finding that downward dog when you are ready. Pushing back. We're going to squeeze our right leg back into a three-legged dog. And we're going to step to the top of our mat into a high lunge. Now that high lunge might be a low lunge. We might be dropping that back knee down. It's always that option. Holding here. Challenging the balance. Remember, we can always drop that knee. Taking one more breath. And then start to open into your warrior two. Sending arms long. Bending into that right knee. Arms in line with the shoulders. Again, breathing here, holding. Often much more challenging when we just hold the pose. Reach with the right hand now, bring it down to your mat or your block. Send your left arm alongside your ear. Side angle. And hold. This time start to sweep that left arm, draw a circle, so you take your left arm back. Drawing that circle. Two more. And last one. Sending your left hand alongside your right, turning back onto your toes of your left foot. Send your right arm up, reaching up. Starting to draw that circle now with the right arm. Taking that right arm back. Once more. Framing your right foot, step back into your plank. Lower down to your mat. Tummy stays down, chest stays down, arms alongside the legs. Inhale, pull away from your yoga mat, squeezing everything up, supporting that lower back. Exhale, lower back down, bring the legs together here, chin is on the mat. Maybe linking the fingers behind your back. Ready to take that inhale once again, chin, chest, legs come off of your yoga mat. Pulling back, feet together if you can. And exhale, release everything back to the yoga mat. Bring your hands just under your shoulders as you push back into Balasana. Option to stay just where you are or starting to roll through the mat. Coming down, rolling up, sitting back. If you're moving and flowing, we've 2 more of these to do. Always that option to stay resting in Balasana. If you're flowing, you've got 1 more to do. Sitting back to the heels when ready. Coming back into downward facing dog. Taking that left leg long, 3-legged dog. Stepping to the top of our yoga mat into that high lunge left side now. Bringing up the arms. Remember, we can always drop our back knee. So high lunge or low lunge. Keeping that gaze forwards. Taking another breath. We're slowly going to open into our warrior 2. Once again, we're holding. Our gaze is over our left hand. Making sure that left knee is not over our ankle. Relax the shoulders. Take another breath here. Slowly starting to reach with that left hand, maybe to our block or our mat, and our right arm is alongside our ear. Drawing a circle back with that right arm now. Keep that movement slow, so we're not rushing. Last circle here. Bring that right hand down alongside the left so you come onto the toes of the right foot. Send your left arm high. Starting to draw that circle now, left side. Not forgetting the breath, make sure we're not holding the breath. Last circle here. Framing that left foot, step back into your plank. Lower all the way down to your mat. Come into a cobra and sit back into Balasana. Forehead to the mat. Coming up into table when ready. So let's draw our right knee towards our right thumb. Turn the big toe to the side of our mat and walk our left leg back for pigeon pose. Now we might like our bolster in front of us to come down onto. We might like some pillows or some blankets. We are going to be folding down to our mat. It does feel quite nice with support as well, so please choose what your body needs. We want to make sure our arms, our shoulders, our head, everything is supported. We're not holding anything up. Take a very small movement side to side as you're in this pose, just gently, like you're massaging into those tight muscles. Moving into that sacral area of reproduction, creativity. Maybe noticing if anything feels tight or stuck. That flow of energy. Sometimes we just kind of experience that brain fog. We can't think very clearly. And once you've moved a little, just hold and rest. So the colour in the lower chakras are red, orange and yellow. So maybe just notice if you're more drawn to any of these colours. Just holding for a few more breaths. Taking one last breath, and we're going to ease out. So just lifting yourself back up, coming back into that table. We're going to do our left side, which will be our last pose if anyone's finishing at 7. Taking that left knee in, taking that right leg back, folding down to your yoga mat. Again, taking that little bit of movement, side to side. Now it is 7 o'clock now, so if anyone is finishing at 7, just slowly start to make your way out. Maybe just take a child's pose. If you're continuing, then we're going to hold just for a little longer. Just giving those muscles a chance to release. When you're ready, just start to roll back up. We're going to step it back into a downward facing dog. Just push back into your heels. Take that walk back towards your legs. Turn the toes out again and come back into that Malasana squat. It should feel a little easier than the first one. Just taking a few more breaths here. Bringing your hands down onto your mat, just slowly rolling back up. Well done. Take an inhale, just stretch up, and an exhale, release. So you might want your strap. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. We're going to take the weight onto the left leg. We're going to bend in our right leg. So you might have a strap around your right foot. You might have your left hand on some support. We're going to be taking that leg out. So challenging balance. Holding our strap in our right hand, or holding our big toe. Let's start to take that leg out. We can also take our left hand out. Again, just challenging that balance, ground into that left foot. Very nice. I'm using the grip of my toe. There we go. Take another breath. Draw that leg in, let it go. Let's take that foot now on top of our left thigh. Come in to your squat. Sit into that glute muscle. Relax those shoulders. Maybe delve a little deeper. Again, hands can always be on some support. Inhale, feet come together, reach the arms up, and exhale, heart. Just bring hands onto the hips, roll through those knees, both ways. So we've got the other side to do, so just take a moment to feel that right foot grounding into your mat before you lift up that left knee. Draw that left knee in. Again, just take a moment and then taking that strap around the left foot. Sending that leg out. Very good. So the leg is straight, so we're going to take it out to the side, maybe taking the right hand out as well. Good morning, Molly. Holding here. Challenge your balance more. You can turn your gaze to your right thumb. Draw that leg in. We're going to place that foot on top of the thigh for that squat, other side. Very good. Come back up. Inhale, reach the arms. And exhale. So if you come just to a wall, we're going to stretch our arms for a moment. So we've all got a wall in our house. So if you bring your left hip towards the wall, doesn't matter if I can't see you on the camera. Left hand is going behind you, you can see me. And I'm automatically getting that lovely stretch into my left shoulder, my left arm. If I want to intensify it, I start to turn my body away from the wall. It's going to make it even stronger. So you're listening to your body. Your arms in line with your shoulder. It should feel nice. That left hip is maybe alongside the wall. Let's take another few rounds of breath. When you're ready, turn to face the wall to do the other side. So right arm in line with the right shoulder, right hand into that wall space. And then an option just to maybe turn away a little to intensify. The right shoulder is going to be talking to you, telling you what's going on. Just take a few more rounds of breath. slowly. Release. Grab your block. Let's come to our mat. And we're going to come down to kneeling. Block is in our left hand. Right leg is out to the side. So we're going to start to inhale and send our right arm up. Our left hand can be on our block lower or higher, whatever we need. And we're going to stretch down the right side of our body. Maybe starting to open a little now, turning the chest a little towards the ceiling. I feel that a little stronger. Lovely. Bring that right hand back up, come back up. Maybe sit back towards your left heel. If that's not okay, grab your block and sit on your block. So choosing, again, that variation that works. Send your toes away from your mat, so push into your right heel, and then just turn towards your right leg, and we're going to start to fold towards it. Now we could also grab our strap if we wanted to around that foot. It's not about how far we go, we're listening to our body. When you're ready, slowly come back up. Come back onto your left knee, bring your hand onto your block or maybe onto your mat, and we're going to take that right leg away from our mat and our right hand up to the ceiling. If it feels too much, we can always keep that leg down. So really engaging all those side muscles on the leg, the oblique muscles, holding. Take one more breath. Last squeeze up at that leg and release down. Very nice. Bring both legs in. Just take your block now, other hand, right side, adjusting it to where you need it. Coming up onto both knees, send the left leg out. Plant that foot down, so make sure the toes are not up. Right hand on your block, adjust it to where you need. Left arm up and over. So maybe one side is different. This side, my block is higher. So I'm being a bit more protective of my wrist. So we are always listening to our body. Maybe starting to just turn and open that little bit more, so you're sending your chest up towards the ceiling. We come back, release that left hand, sit back towards our right heel, maybe grabbing our block as we do so. Sending toes of the left side up, turning to that left leg and taking that walk down. Being kind to our body. Even though animals can't talk, I'm sure they never think they don't like their bodies. They're another good example of being present, loving every part of themselves. Take another breath here. And then take that walk back up. We're going to use our block maybe again for our hand. Push up onto that right knee. Maybe take that left leg up and left arm. Holding, breathing a little longer. Last push up of that leg before releasing down, bending that leg in. Well done. So let's open now into the higher chakras. So we can either come back to that version that we done at the start where we sat back on our hands, or we can try camel. So camel pose, we're going to turn our toes just to make it a little bit more easier. We're back on our knees, and it might be that we just take our right arm back to the sole or the heel of our foot. Might do one side, we might do both, where we send our heart space upwards, our chest upwards. You can also take your head back if that's for you, or you keep your chin tucked in. Now the main thing to remember when you come out, you sit your glute down to your heels, relax your toes, and then fold into that balasana pose. So we never come out with our heads, we come out with our lower body. So you hold for as long as you want, and then you roll into your balasana pose. Rolling down, very nice. Just taking another breath here. And then very slowly rolling back up. Very nice. Come on to the glutes. Let's make that diamond shape with our legs. Now it might be that you like your bolster, just knocked all my crystals over, never mind. You might like your bolster there, or your pillows or blankets, because we are going to fold down to that support. So whatever version, again, works for you. You want to make sure your head is supported. So it might be that there's a block there as well. You're resting on your block. So you've got your feet in that diamond shape. You're folding down to your block or bolsters. Holding now for a few more breaths. Moving up to the upper body, heart space, that lovely green. We always want to be protective of our energy. Protective of our heart area. The most important love, as we know, is the one we have for ourselves. Taking one more breath. And then very slowly rolling yourself up. We're going to keep hold of our bolster, so just send it widthways around the middle of your yoga mat. And then we're going to come against our bolster, our lower backs, and we're going to roll back over it. So we're going to slide that bolster under lower back, top of the glutes, and send our heels up to the ceiling. We can also add our strap maybe around our feet and hold our strap. That feels quite nice if you find it hard to hold the legs up. If you're not using your strap, just move your arms away from your body. Very soothing, very calming asana. Starting to flow into the throat area. Maybe letting go of any unsaid words. Any fear, any anger. None of these emotions serve us. Maybe breathing into the throat space now, faith and courage, the ability to express ourselves clearly. We're going to start to bend into our knees. Grab hold of the outside edge of our feet and coming into happy baby. So it should feel quite nice with that bolster there. Just holding the feet. Sending the weight into the upper back, spreading the shoulders into the mat. If you want to play around with your happy baby, do so. Maybe drawing soles of the feet together, maybe taking the legs wide. Really doing what feels good. When you're ready, just drop the feet down to the mat, and if it feels comfortable, try sending the legs long for a moment. It might be that you need to adjust your bolster a little lower. Maybe cactus the arms or send the arms long above you. Just letting the eyes closed, just resting here. When you're ready, just draw those knees back in, and you're going to start to push your bolster away. You're taking that squeeze, that hug, sending the bolster away. And then coming back onto your back in Shavasana. Take a bend into both legs again. Spine is now on the mat. Cactus the arms away from the body and just let the knees fall over to your right side. If you want it a little bit stronger, you can always pick up your right heel just to the outer edge of that left knee. Releasing that side, taking the knees over to the left, keeping the arms where they are. And then that option again of that left heel on the outer edge of the right knee. Just draws it a little lower. ready, roll back to center. So if you're using a crystal, I'm going to come into Shavasana now. And if your crystal's quite small, you can place it on your third eye point. If that doesn't feel okay, it doesn't resonate with you, just send your crystal just behind your head on your mat. So either third eye, just that space between your eyebrows, or just at the back of your head, nearer the crown chakra. Make sure you're comfortable, cover yourself with your blankets. Maybe you want your bolster under your knees. Adjust everything so you can be still. Taking a deep breath in, and as you exhale, just letting the body sink that little bit deeper into that place of relaxation. And just moving your awareness now to your third eye point. Maybe your crystal is residing there. And if so, maybe just noticing what you can feel. Maybe feeling a slight warmth or coolness, heaviness or lightness. And just starting to feel this third eye space spinning. Maybe being aware of the colour indigo, just clearing this energy here. Coming back in line with your own inner wisdom, your own inner radar. And just before we move to the crown, I'd like you to visualise maybe a desire, a goal, a dream at this third eye point. Remember, if we can see it in our minds, we can hold it very tightly in our hands. It's already here. We think back to the internet. It wasn't always here where we could use it, but it was in someone's mind, that thought. And lastly, moving up to the top of the head, to the crown chakra. Maybe repeating the affirmation, I am whole, or I am enough. Visualizing that beautiful white light now flowing in. Healing, positive, uplifting energy flowing to every cell. Maybe starting to just feel the body tingle with this energy, or feel a warmth spreading throughout. And as you move into your day, all 7 chakras are now spinning in a balanced and steady way. starting to gently move the body again in your own time. Please take your time, no rush. Take in whatever you need, maybe a stretch, maybe a hug of those knees, maybe a turn of the head side to side. We're going to very slowly make our way to seated. So let's finish with Om, our Om mantra. I'm going to inhale and begin. Your hands to your heart, maybe repeating that affirmation again, I am enough. As you bow to Namaste. Namaste, thank you.